Hello everyone, this is a Freddy back from how to play. Today we're looking at how to play this game, Zuuli. The fierce and friendly card game. For 1 to 6 players, ages 8 up. Takes about 15 minutes. I believe this one's getting a reprint from a different company, but originally is by Unfringed. And designed by Chris Scott from the UK. So it's a little bit harder to find outside the UK, but I found it from the shop in the UK. So it's a beautiful artwork. And what you're doing in this game is collecting enclosures, rescuing animals, and installing upgrades over 3 years or rounds to build your highest scoring wildlife park. And what it is a pick and pass card game. If you're familiar with Sushi Go, very similar. And so you also get a scoring pad in this game. So I mentioned that. You got a card here that tells you what are examples of invalid placements. A little social media thing. You also get 6 new plot cards. Each player starts with one of these. So let's say we each get one of these. Maybe we'll do 3 players. We'll do 2 players. You got these 3 cards that you can use to customize your own or replace one even. There's the back design, by the way. Pretty nice. And then you got in here 54 animal cards, 21 enclosure cards, 15 upgrade cards. And I can pull out an example of each or 2. Sorry. Oops. Alright, we'll just, maybe leave it at that. So, the enclosure cards, or the animal cards, actually. I'll start with that, why not? They look like this, they have purple, and they have a different value. This is how much space they take up in enclosure. Each enclosure, like the Savannah, has an 8, so I can put up to a value of 8 total. This one is 6. Your starting one is 6. And it also says on here there's a score, point total. And these are the types of terrains that animal wants to be in. So I cannot play, for example, I think I have one here somewhere. I thought I had one. Yeah. No, that's a bad one. Well, I can use that as an example. If I had this standard pen, I can't put this anglerfish here because it wants water. There's no water, but I could put that in the new plot because the new plot has water, jungle, and I believe I forget what that one is. Plains, jungle, and water. So there's that. Animals also have 2 different types of symbols. You get friendly ones and fierce ones, and you cannot put them together because one's going to eat the other. You can, however, put friendly animals together, and if you use a card like I had here, an upgrade, this one allows you to put a friendly and a fierce animal together. Lets you ignore those traits, so that's kind of cool. There's other upgrade cards here. These are the upgrade cards. So in gray border. And this one just gives you more land. It allows you to add a plains habitat. So if I have one that is, for instance, if I had this one, if I had a pond, I could use this to upgrade it and add some plains. That way I can put a plains animal like the elephant in there. And some of these have like a number, that number, the 5, you're going to multiply by just 1 or perhaps 2 to give you points at the end, which I'll explain in a bit. So you got these cards here, these upgrade cards. You can also do a water feature or jungle. Other upgrades include expansion. This allows you to expand, increasing your space by 2. And I thought I had another one here. Maybe I put it back. Which is, oh no, they're here. There's early access. This allows you to, you can only put it on new plots and allows you to score it before it's actually full. So if I only had, you know, maybe a grizzly bear there, you can only score if this is full. It has a rule on the bottom. Does not score unless full. So in this instance, I would not be able to score that. But if I did the early access, I could. And there's the expansion. So you got those cards. Nice linen finish, good quality. Each player starts off with a new plot. Shuffle up the rest here. So a little bit. You can deal out a number of cards. Each year is a different amount, and it's depending on the play count. So for 2 players, you get 10 cards each in the first round, 9 in the second, 8 in the third. And I'll put the rest aside. This is all we're using for this round. So what you're going to do is you're going to have this out. Is you're going to, you know, draft a card. Maybe I draft this panda. And my opponent drafts something else. We didn't reveal. And we pass the cards to each other. Obviously, if you do more people, you can pass it to the left. I believe it alternates every year. So the left and the right and the left, I think. And you're going to keep doing this, drafting cards and adding them. I believe you just put them into a pile to start off with. Maybe I'll draft this one, and then I draft this, you know, well-fed, and then I draft some other ones. Maybe I draft this, and I draft this, and I draft, you know, holding pen, early access. I draft a bunch of cards. My opponent drafts a bunch of cards. Once you've drafted all 10 cards for the round, let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I'll do something else. Let's say this instead of this. So once you've drafted your cards for the round, my opponent would have drafted that. Then you're going to develop your part. So first you're picking and passing. You're getting a hand of cards, drafting a card, passing it on. Yeah, so you're going to alternate. So the first year it's to the left, second year to the right, and back to the left. So then what you're going to do is you're going to develop your park. So I got this new plots. Maybe I put these red pandas in here. I got a pond. Maybe I put this anglerfish in there. I could put this here. And then maybe I have a holding pen, and I put this grizzly bear there, and I have a standard pen. And I'm not going to use these action cards right now. And then I can use this early access here. So then you can score your points. And if you don't have the early access one, and you don't have this value of 6, like right now I have a value of 2, 4, 5. So if I didn't have this, I could not score these. But since I do have it, I can score it. And scoring works is, it says here times 1. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 times 1 is 3 points. Really simple. And I would write that on my score sheet for year 1. And you're just going to add everything up and then put it there. And then do year 2, year 3. Total, whoever has the most points wins. But it's pond. I still have room for more, but it's 2 points. And this one is 3, but times 0, so it's actually going to be 0. Now this one is a special one. You can never hold more than 1 animal at a time. Bear it says here you get an extra point if kept alone in an enclosure. So that would be worth an extra point. Unfortunately, the holding pen, I should probably use this one because the holding pen is times 0, which means I get 0 points. So this one's going to be 4 points if I did that. My opponent's going to do the same thing. Lay out his cards. Then you're going to get 10 more cards each. And you do the pick and pass thing again until you've done the... Actually, sorry, it's 9 cards for your 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 9 cards for your 2, and again, 8 cards for your 3. You do the whole pick and pass thing. And then you develop your park some more, score some more points, and then you do the final round. And that's the game in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward. Nice linen finish, pretty nice artwork. It's a little bit goofy, cartoony, but it's nice for what it is. And hopefully that makes sense. And different cards have different rules, like this one. We talked about the grizzly bear, the pandas. It is +2 if kept with at least 1 other red panda. So actually, in this case, I would have 1, 3, 6, 7 points. And actually, since this one says if it's in a jungle and water habitat, the value is doubled. So it actually be 2 points, so 6, 8 points. I get 8 points for that one. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't change the space it takes up. The different cards may have different rules. Like later on, I can put this frog in here. Now this one's full, and I'm getting even more points because it's doubled as well. The lion, the space requires is -1, so instead of 3, it would be 2 if it's kept with at least 1 other lion. We talked about that one. I can see if there's anything else. As I mentioned, we talked about the lion. That's probably more or less for the animals. Oh, jellyfish. Score, the value is doubled if kept with at least 2 other jellyfish. There's grizzly bears, they like to be alone. Some animals like to be alone, some don't want to be alone. This one, the sloth, does not score if kept alone. So if this is by itself in this holding pen, you get nothing for it anyway. So that's actually a good place to put it because it's not going to be worth anything. There are lots of interesting animals, lots of interesting scoring combinations. It's a pretty cool game. I'm sure you could still find it. So its hippo is technically fierce, but it can be friendly if it's in water and plains habitat as well. So that's cool. So that means it could be put next to a frog, and it's not going to eat it. Overall, it's a pretty interesting little game. Good quality opponents. And I like it. I'll probably do a solo mode at some point in time. If you like it, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.